I'm Tom Nickel. My lucky number is 32, and the tuk-tuk drivers here call me Pops. I live in San Francisco, and I'm in Phnom Penh now to work with Cambodian Living Arts and the Bopana Center in using 360 video and VR to support their mission and extend their message. The philosopher Marshall McLuhan has deeply influenced the way I, and a lot of other people, look at all media and all technology really as an extension of some aspect of ourselves. The tuk-tuk extends our legs. VR is an extension of the way our mind constructs the so-called real world, SCRW. That's something like what William Bricken meant back in 1990 at SIGGRAPH, a computer graphics conference where you might say VR was formally launched. The words he said were, "Psychology is the physics of virtual reality." But anything that can be awesome can also be awful. If it can liberate, it can oppress. How will VR be implemented in the culture? And how will it recreate us? I don't know. But I do believe there's nothing inherent in the technologies. There's no built-in inevitabilities. I think it's up to us. So people must be talking about this important new medium, right? Not really. About 99% of the talk is about market share, units shipped, who got funded. Not so much what it all means. For instance, did you know, in 2016, two German professors proposed a very substantive code of ethics for VR. They talked about the research needed, understanding the risks, what we need to do. It got some coverage, but there's been zero pickup. You heard about it? I didn't think so. And bad stuff happens. Is virtual groping sexual assault? It's been reported and discussed. No, it's not real assault. Yes, of course it is. But just among VR gamers, and that's pretty much it. Meanwhile, a lot of people think it's all great. VR is an empathy machine because some wealthy donors looked at 360s of a refugee camp and gave a lot of money. I think they gave the money because their minds were blown. Being present in a place doesn't mean you process that experience like someone who lives there. Maybe sometimes a deep connection can be made. In this 360 video, the camera itself gets harassed by abortion protesters on its way to a clinic in the US. In the headset, you become the camera, and I think you just might get what it would really feel like. But I believe the best way to help new media technologies support humans and human values is to participate. Work with others or by yourself and produce stuff. Get involved. Don't just passively take whatever comes. Be part of shaping it. Tell your own story. Or let someone else help you tell it in a 360 video interview. I've produced 10 of them so far in Phnom Penh, like this one with Virak Ellis Room and an architect who leads tours around the city. It can't be as long as a podcast, but in a headset, a 360 cast puts you right in the middle of the whole thing. This is actually a debate. Is 360 video real VR? Well, if you think the defining feature of VR is interactivity, well, then maybe not. If you think it's immersiveness, which I do, then 360 video is definitely over the threshold that produces that feeling of presence, of being there. I know it works because I've recorded 360s in classrooms at Sisowath High School, in Russian Market, and in a village near Siem Reap. And when people in the US see them in a headset, they're like, I'm in a village in Cambodia. But my real interest is more than just feeling there. I want to grab people by the heart, help people tell their own stories, to engage, connect, and inspire. It'll be a new kind of storytelling, where we lead the audience but also let them explore, where we use episodes that are cool by themselves and leave audiences wanting to know what happens next. They can explore all the segments in a linear way or however they choose. There'll be plenty of stories where the place is a character. We can understand and connect with people more deeply by understanding their place. When I ask people, tell me about your life, that's hard. When I ask, tell me about a place that's special to you, that's easy, and people love talking about it. Connecting with people through their stories sometimes leads us to want to be together, not isolated, no matter where we are. Which takes us beyond the 360 video today and into social VR. My granddaughter is 6, and she plays with kids all over the world here in Rec Room. With application sharing, we can talk in VR like it's the phone, only better. We can meet and work together and collaborate and just have fun, like getting to the Seattle Space Needle, hanging out with friends in Google Earth. This is a room in AltSpace VR where people from all over the world come to meditate together in a weekly group led by my son. So we can meditate alone, we can meditate in a co-located group, people physically together, and we know that feels different. Now we can meditate together in VR, which might be a new third form of meditation with its own differences and unique qualities. In a world of large institutions, acting on their own imperatives as they must, we need to make sure that human values are at least part of the mix. When many of us from different places and different cultures are working and playing and meditating together, it makes me feel there's a chance it could happen.